Hey guys, my name's Bennett. I'm a junior at Montana State this year, and I'm going to tell you a bit about what God's done in my life. Um, I was raised in a Christian home. I went to a Christian school my entire life and accepted God when I was very young. So growing up, I felt like I had a lot of pressure on me to kind of be the stereotypical good Christian boy. Um, And really, in hindsight, looking at that now, that pressure didn't really exist except for in my own head. Um, but and I really would try and do my best with that, and I would try to do what a Christian was supposed to do, but my heart really wasn't always in it. It just kind of felt like I was doing it just to do it rather than doing it for God. But of course, when I was younger, I didn't feel like I could talk to anybody about that because I didn't want anyone to know that anything was wrong. So I just kind of let that pressure build and build over time. And then eventually, of course, that pressure is going to burst out. I remember in 8th grade, I learned over a long weekend that my friend had been hit by a car and killed. And that really hit me real hard. I remember just sitting in my room and just staring at a wall for several hours, just not knowing what to even think. And I really wasn't the same after that. Um, to everyone else around me, they wouldn't have even noticed because did my best to kind of make it seem like nothing was wrong and I um, wasn't being affected by it at all. But really underneath it all, I was really broken. I became just had a huge struggle with pornography and suicidal thoughts and depression. I started to think about um, what life would be without me in it, and just like if I were to just walk out in front of a car, what would what would the world be like after that? Um, yeah, I spent several years just kind of in that rut for a long time. And then when I was a junior in high school, my grandpa died very, very unexpectedly. And that's when I just started to get kind of angry um, to God and just really frustrated. Because when I heard that my grandpa was in the hospital, I just prayed and prayed, probably the hardest that I had ever prayed and just the most desperate I had ever been that God would do something. But that wasn't in the cards. I can see that now. But after that, I just continued to further slip and fall into that kind of hole. Um, and for another year after that, I just kind of wallowed in that hole, not seeing a way out of it. Then in my senior year of high school, my class went on a winter retreat, and we had some time where we just sat and just waited and listened to see if God was going to say anything to us. And I remember several of my classmates came up to me and they told me that God was telling them to tell me that I just needed to let go. They told me that I hadn't looked like I was acting like myself, and that whatever it was that I needed to let go of, that I should do that, and that really hit me hard. Just the idea that God actually did care about me to actually speak through these people that I trusted so dearly, um, and just speak through them and tell me that I, you know, am worth something to Him. just really hit me hard. And I just think that's so important that we all know that God really does care about us, and regardless of how hard it seems, that God is going to pull you out of it at the end.